This is the 3-step 10K per month outreach script strategy that I'm currently using inside of my new agency to scale it to 10K per month in the next 30 days. So welcome back to day 5 of Project 7 Figures, where me and Andres are partnering up and scaling and starting a new agency from 0 to 10K per month in the next 30 days and 7 figures beyond that. And I'm documenting every single day, every single thing that we do right here on this YouTube channel. So let's get into this. This is the 3 steps, literally 3 steps, okay? And where I actually got this data from is every single lead that I've been calling, I've asked them, first things first, hey, what made you interested? What made you even reply to our message? And they will either say one of 3 things. One, they'll say, well, I really liked what you guys were doing. It sounded like it could work well, so that's the benefit. 2, it sounded really interesting. It sounded new. I was curious to see more. Or 3, it was really unique. It was different than anybody else, so I thought I had to give you guys a shot. So everything that somebody has said has fallen into one of these 3 buckets. So one of these 3 pillars. And so today I'm going to share with you these 3 pillars. I'm going to break them down, share with you exactly how you can implement them into your own script and how you can apply this same methodology so you can start making better scripts today and book more calls. So let's jump in to the 3 pillars, which obviously, as you can see here, are curiosity, benefits, and uniqueness. We'll start with uniqueness. Okay, this is how do you stand out? You see, there's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people sending cold DMs every single day. You're in competition with so many other people. And so if you do not stand out from the crowd, you'll just be swiped by like another spammer in their inbox and they will not reply. And so you have to ask yourself, how can you stand out? And the way we've been doing this is by basically making fun of everybody that's been sending messages. So for example, it's like, ha ha ha, I know you've been pitched 1,000,000 times today, but let's make that 1,000,001. Do you care to hear me out? Right? Now, I'm not saying this is the best, but this is just an analogy. This is just an example. Uniqueness could be just you in and of itself, right? You are unique. Maybe your offer is unique. However you can make your message more unique, it'll make you stand apart and it'll make people more likely to reply to you. So the more unique you are, the more likely you will be to get replies. So try and find ways that you can stand out. You know, if everybody's saying, hey, is this the best place to ask questions? Maybe you would say, hey, is this the worst place to ask questions? Or, hey, I know this is the best place to ask questions, so can I ask, right? Like, these are ways to be unique, to be funny, to innovate, right? As entrepreneurs, we are meant to be to innovate, to build new things, to try new things, and this is part of it. Building new scripts is innovating. So come up with new stuff, use your brain, and start to come up with these things. Pillar number 2 is the benefits. Right? What will it do for them? What will your service, product, or offer even do for these people? How are you making this seem so good that they're like, oh, okay, this actually sounds like it could help me? For example, if you're just saying to them, I'll get you more leads, there's no benefit. It's like, cool, anyone can get more leads. I can get more leads. But if it's like, I can get you 100 leads in the next 10 days while saving you 30 hours, it's like, okay, that's better. That's better. We can make it even better. Okay, we can make it even better. I can get you 10 leads, 100 leads in the next 10 days without you lifting a finger while saving you 30 hours so you can spend time driving your new Porsche 911 that you're going to be able to buy with all the money you're going to make. Okay, now, don't use that because that's stupid and long, but the point is you can see how much more of a benefit that is than just, hey, I'll get you leads. So how are you explaining what your service will do? Not what your service is, but what it will do for them. What will your service allow them to do? Will it allow them to live life better? Will it allow them to buy their favorite dream car? Will it allow them to close more? Like, what will your actual service or offer do for them? And that's the analogy is, you know, you sell the destination, not the plane ticket there. Nobody sells you a plane ticket. They sell you a vehicle to get to the destination you want to go. Same concept here, right? The benefits versus the features. Sell the benefits, not the features. Okay? So that's number 2. And we're going to go into more detail on all this, but last one I'll share with you is curiosity. This might be one of the most important ones. Okay? It might be one of the most important ones, which is, how much curiosity do they have when reading your message? If this is something they've never heard about, or it sounds new, or it's different, or it's unique and it's interesting, they will reply out of curiosity. Humans are inherently pretty curious. We want to know things that we don't know. And so if you come up with something new or you have an offer they haven't heard about, they'll be curious, right? And so if we can find a way to make and convey our message in a way which is interesting and it brings up curiosity in the person, we will get way more replies and book way more meetings. And I'll tell you what, you can't do that by just saying, hey, I'll do Facebook ads for you, or hey, I'll edit your videos. That's not very curious, right? But for example, this doesn't really work well anymore, but hey, I have a completely automated AI follow-up system that does all the dirty work for you without you lifting a finger, and it uses your own lingo and voice. It's like, okay, that's cool. It's like, that's curious. It's like, that's new. What is this? And so they'll want to learn more. And then hence you can book a call easier. Now, That's the concept of the 3 pillars. I want to mention, well, first I'm going to show you how you can actually implement this, but I also want to mention a few things that were left out. Obviously, trust is left out. And the reason for that is if your profile looks normal, and you send a normal looking message, and you don't spam them, and you like a couple of posts, and you leave a comment, yada yada, and your profile just looks normal, that in and of itself will have enough trust when you send the message. And so yes, obviously, you know, ways to keep the trust high is don't send a fucking entire paragraph that looks scammy. Don't use a bunch of emojis and salesy words. Don't do what all the bots in your DMs are doing. Let's just put it that way. But like, trust is something you need way later when you actually want to close them, yada yada yada. To get somebody interested, you don't need a lot of trust, right? People will opt in for an ad all the time without really knowing what they're opting in for, because you don't need a lot of trust for that. Although it is important, you need to have some social frame. It's not the most important thing, which is why I'm not telling you to become best friends with the person in the DM, because the point of the DM is to get them interested. And we get them interested by being different, by having a big good offer, and by making them curious, right? That's how we get them interested, not by talking like friends for the next fucking 8 days. So that's why it's not in here, and I thought I'd mention that because it is very, 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 very important. Now, this is only for the specific style of outreach that we're doing, by the way. Let's talk a little bit more about these things, how you can apply them. So, when crafting a message, there's a couple things you got to take into consideration. First is your profile. Make sure your profile is fucking good, but hopefully that's a no-brainer. The second thing that you should really consider is ask yourself, okay, like stand back for a second and ask yourself, hey, what sort of process, what sort of strategy am I using? For example, are you sending a hook message and then your pitch? Are you just pitching off the bat? Are you trying to get a demo call? Are you trying to get discovery calls? Are you going to call the leads? Are you going to try and book them in? You're going to figure out what is your actual strategy and then base these things off that, right? This is primarily for the pitch message, right? Now, granted, this is also for part of the hook message, but this is primarily for the pitch message, right? Is your pitch has to be unique, has to talk about the benefits, has to make them curious. And so the way we do this is, like I explained before, uniqueness is simple. You do what everybody else is doing, and you don't do that. Simple. You just don't do what everyone else is doing. You want to be different, okay? So separate yourself in some way, shape, or form. Benefits is like, what does your service do? And then pry deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like, okay, my service gets them appointments. Okay, hold up. But appointment gets them clients. Okay, they get clients. What does clients do? Well, clients get some money. Okay, well, what does money do? Well, money lets them do this. It's like, okay, we're getting there. It's like, what is the real benefit of what you offer? Okay, figure that out. And then the last thing is the curiosity, which you can do in multiple different ways, but the best way that I've seen work time and time again, and that we're currently using, is basically positioning your service, your offer, your whatever, as a new opportunity. So basically saying, hey, we don't do this. We do something way cooler, way different. And that'll spark their curiosity. Okay, so that's kind of the concept, that's kind of the frame, that's kind of the flow of how I'm actually creating messages. And now, as you'll see here, there's no message that I'm giving you. Why is that? Is it because I hate you, or is it because there is no one best message? Well, despite what you may think, it's the latter. It is the second option. It is that there is no one best. The best script for me might be the worst script in the world for you, because my script is tailored to me. It's tailored to my story. Like, my script literally has my story in it, my case studies. It's like, you don't have that, so therefore you can't use that script because it's not applicable to you. Therefore, if you did use my script, it wouldn't be unique. So make your own script based on your own story, and therefore, guess what? It'll be unique. So there's step number 1 done, right? And that's why you got to make your own scripts. That's why finding scripts online has never worked and never will. That's why when you've tried Joel Kaplan or Serge Guattari or Charlie Morgan or you name it, script, it doesn't work because it's not tailored to you. And also for the fact that it's been saturated by 100,000 of other people that have watched that video. But that aside, okay, it's why this channel is so good, because not many people watch it. So the things I give, not many people know about. Therefore, you're at a competitive advantage. Okay? Just saying, right? But, okay, I'm not going to give you a script. You got to make one. But it should be easy, because I've just given you exactly the 3 pillars that you need to know in order to make a good script. Like, literally the only 3 pillars that we are using to make good outreach scripts for my own new agency, right? This is the thought process behind it. Before you do this though, make sure you get clear on, hey, what actually is my strategy? Are you sending a hook and then a pitch? Are you just pitching off the bat? Are you calling? Like, find out what your strategy is and then start to make the scripts that go along with that. But just remember, at the end of the day, these people are humans. The people you're reaching out to are humans, okay? And so we should treat them like humans, and we should understand that, hey, they're a human, we're a human too. They get hit up all the time. How can I be different? How can I be unique? How can I make them laugh? Yeah. All this stuff plays a huge role. That being said, speak of the devil, just got a new lead. So I'm going to go call them. So therefore, I'm going to go end this video so I can go call the lead to book them in. Which is what happens after you use this framework and send the messages to make them interested. Look at that. Perfect timing. Anyways, have a great day. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, drop them down below or join my Discord. I'll answer any questions you have. And I will see you all tomorrow for day 6. And on day 7, I'm going to do a complete recap and talk about all the sales calls we've had. And actually, there's a couple sales calls coming up in the next few days. So we'll talk about how those went as well. So stay tuned for that. Peace.